One of the methods, whenever I get a needy client, and I have a whole bunch of clients, and sometimes the individual who wants coaching from me wants this person real badly. And the reason why they want them badly is because they feel needy, or they struggle with falling in love too fast. And because and the reason why a lot of people fall in love real fast is because they have high expectations with this person, and those high expectations causes them to start fantasizing about being with them. They begin to see, they meet a guy and he earns a lot of money, or he's really good looking, or he even reminds you of an ex, and all of a sudden you'll start having a fantasy of being with him, of marrying him, or even saying, wow, my friends would love to meet him, my mom would love to meet him, if I date him we're gonna be such a cute couple. Those fantasies are raising your expectations, and those raised expectations makes you act needy. That's just how it is. Because when you feel like it's not gonna work out, let's just say you meet a guy, right? Now I'm gonna go into the research right now. Let's just say you meet a guy, and you guys go on a date, and after the date you begin to fantasize about how great of a guy he is, or you begin to tell yourself a story about this guy. You're gonna end up falling in love with him through your fantasies. But let's just say the same thing happens. You go on this date with the same guy, but then you go home and you have what I call practical negativity, where you're negative out of in a practical way, not a negative because you're traumatized, but negative out of a strategy. Because if you're practically negative and tell yourself this is not going to work out, this might be the last time I see this guy, as a way to lower expectations, that type of practical negativity causes you to actually stop being needy. So lowering your expectation, and because think about it, when you're not needy, you're happier. That's just the truth. Neediness is just a state of suffering. Neediness is a state of being unhappy with your life and thinking that this person will make you happy. But that's not the case. The way to be happy is to lower your expectations, because when you meet a guy, you know how before you meet a guy, everything is good. You could feel like before you meet a guy, before you fall in love, everything is good. Your days are good. But when you fall in love, you go through extremes where you feel really happy and then you feel really low, right? And the reason why you feel low is because maybe something bad happened with this guy and is making your day feel bad, right? So these problems comes because you have too much high expectations, right? You're more of an idealist. And what this study shows is this. Let me read this, right? Although social comparison is a known determinant of overall life satisfaction, it is not clear how it affects moment-to-moment variation in subjective emotional states. Using a novel social decision task combined with computational modeling, we show that a participant's subjective emotional states reflects not only the impact of reward they themselves received, but also the rewards received by a social partner. Unequal outcomes, whether advantageous or disadvantageous. Oh, sorry, people. I think the camera went down. 1 second. Why? Okay, right here. There you go. All right. Sorry about that. Unequal outcomes, whether advantageous or disadvantageous, reduce average momentary happiness, right? So if you've seen that people are having better relationships than you, and even what happens is that when you're really needy, your reticular activating system in your brain will begin to notice what you need, and that's a relationship. So you'll begin to have this exaggerated sense of how many people are in relationships simply because you feel extra needy, okay? Furthermore, the relative impact of advantageous and disadvantageous inequality on momentary happiness at the individual level predicts a subject's generosity in separate dictator game. These findings demonstrate powerful social influence upon subjective emotional state, where emotional reactivity to inequality is strongly predictive of altruism in an independent task domain, which is kind of interesting. But when you read that whole research, what it pretty much shows is that your happiness is a function of expectations. When you expect less, you're happier. When you expect more, you're less happy. It's that simple. If you meet a guy and you just out of rationality expect things not to work out, all of a sudden, if it doesn't work out, you already were in that type of state. And I'm not saying to be negative in a depressive state. No. What I'm trying to tell you is, imagine your friend who always flakes on you says, Alexis, let's go to a party. And because you know that one friend never follows through, you say yes, but deep down you say, okay, sure, I'll see it when I believe it. And then he says, hey man, sorry man, something came up, I can't go. You already had your expectations where you expect the things not to work out. But let's just say this friend invites you to a party and you believe that there's going to be a party. You hype yourself up. You start showering, you start changing, and you're ready. And so you start imagining how fun this party is going to be. And then this friend tells you it's not going to work out. We can't go out. All of a sudden, you hyped yourself up, but now you're unhappy. Now you're needy. Now you need something to fill the gap that you feel, right? And so a lot of this comes because a lot of people have this unrealistic expectations about relationships. Most relationships don't work out. Most people have a shitty batting average. Most people have to meet hundreds of people to meet that one person that loves them back. But a lot of you ladies have this unrealistic expectation about the stats of a successful date or even a successful relationships, which is a lot of them don't work out. A lot of the times you strike out, and that shouldn't be a source of shame, and you shouldn't be afraid of it, because that's a normal thing. The only reason why you feel like shit is because you think everybody else is getting different results, when in reality they're getting the same results. They only highlight when it goes right, or they hide how bad it is by making you think that their life is better than yours. It's obvious that people do that because it makes them feel good to feel, or even to make you feel that their life is better than yours. We all do that. Everybody does that. Lower your expectations. Most relationships will not work out when you go on a date to meet a guy. I'm not telling you to be negative from a pessimistic or traumatic state. I'm telling you, be negative and expect things not to work out, because that's just how things are. It's reality. You're learning to see reality eyeball to eyeball. When he calls you back, you are pleasantly surprised. Not that you expected it, but that you are surprised when he wants to see you. Right? When you go on a date, sometimes when my client is too needy, I say, look, man, when you go on a date with a guy, delete his number. Don't even check up on it anymore. Delete his number and expect him not and expect to never hear from you. So that when you hear from him, it's a pleasant surprise. But a lot of you ladies have such high hopes that this guy because he fits a few criteria, that when it doesn't work out, it completely ruins your day. Lower those expectations, which will help you overcome the needy feeling that you feel. And that's how you do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.